to some Drupal. We're going to start on a path to create a nice website from this base Drupal install that we created. Um, it is quite a process, so belt in because it's going to take a while. I'm going to split it up into multiple videos, and I'm going to go slow because it is quite overwhelming. I just looked through the current documentation for a few minutes, and it's confusing in itself just to try to sift through different versions of Drupal that are documented out there. And it is really a powerful system, so I'll guide you through it. We don't need the template right now. That's a ways off. We do have a Tailwind, if you recall, already in our install. We'll start with this. The starter kit is a great place to start if you're starting from scratch. And it's a great way to learn as well. The first thing we have to talk about is regions and blocks. Let's see what Drupal has to say about it. Regions, blocks. Regions and blocks. That's a nice illustration right there. Actually, it's much better than what we can look at in our current setup since ours is unstyled. Anyway, this is the old theme garland, maybe it's called. I can't remember. And as you can see, all the yellow areas are what are called regions. Blocks are separate. Blocks go into regions. Block being a block of content or what have you. This is quite a bit, right? Like header, featured, sidebar first, highlighted, sidebar second. I think these probably speak for themselves, except for the triptychs down here. I mean, it's illustrated so you can see it. That's great. This is what it's going to look like. So we'll just go back to our site here and have a look in the appearance. First, I click manage and then appearance. So right here, you can place blocks for each theme on the block layout page. So let's check that out. And if you recall, this is our themes listing page where all the themes in Drupal are listed. So let's click this block layout. All right, we'll go to that demonstrate block regions. And this is the counterpart to this illustration or screenshot, except we have no styling and no nothing. But we can change that. We also don't have nearly as many regions as the old version of Drupal did. And as you can see in the block layout tab list, there's also a custom block library. This is where, as you can imagine, you can create custom blocks. We'll just have a look, see what happens when we click that. And why not? Let's create one. First, custom block. Body. Hello from custom blocks. Save. And then there it is in the list. Pretty cool. Block layout. We're going to find that custom block in here. But first, let's just have a look through and match up. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to duplicate and put it over here. So we can go to the demonstrate block regions page on the right, and we can have a look through the list on the left. Seems like a good way to do it. Now, left sidebar. There it is. Obviously, it's in a different order. Right sidebar is there. Content. header, so on and so forth. Now let's have a look at what's actually in these regions. As you can see in the footer, no blocks in this region. Before we do some boring look around, let's try placing our custom block that we created in the footer. If we look through the list, right there, first custom block, category custom, place block, title, first custom block, display title or not, we will. Pages, you can restrict or, yeah, I guess restrict is how you put it anyway. You can show or hide based on a pattern you put in here. We'll dive into that later, and the rest of these as well. We'll just leave the defaults in, and it's already selected our footer since we placed block from that from the button beside the footer, this guy right here. All right, let's save and check out our home page. And there it is at the bottom. Hello from custom blocks, first custom block. Let's inspect it. Now, got some Wu-Tang. All right, what were we doing looking at that custom block? There it is, Drupaliness. If we have a, let's go ahead and make it big and bigger here. Quite simply, it's from this point on until the end output here, this is the output from our custom block. And because of the theme suggestions, we can see exactly which file it was generated from, or wrapped around or into, I guess. Let's go ahead and have a look at it in our PHP Storm or whatever editor you are using. So actually the entire path is not there. Suggesting what? I don't know, but we'll find it. We are in web. Well, first we're in our Drupes install, then we're in web, themes, Drupaliness, templates, and let's look for, what was it, block.html.twig, and it's a nicely formatted twig file. There's an H2. I spotted the H2 in our source here as well. My first custom block. Had no attributes or label, or it is, title is the label. Let's edit this and see if it actually is pulling it from here. Ooh. And then we will clear the cache. Reload this. And there's the foo. So yes, it is pulling it from this block twig. I mean, I didn't really expect it not to be, but who knows? Such is development. Before we wrap up this first video in theming, we will have a look at that block page a little closer, which I have lost and I will now find again. It's actually under structure. Instead of having to go through all the way through appearance, go to structure, block layout, same difference. Now, there's plenty of, there's plenty of blocks built into the Drupal system. When you create a view, which creates a list of content, you can create a block or a page. A block would show up here. Page would show up under, not under content, but it would show up as a page at whatever URL that you specify or that it gives you. Now, we will be using all of these in the near future. So stick around and we will actually build something useful with blocks in this homepage. Thank you.